All right, today we're going to be taking a virtual field trip. If you remember what we've been talking about previously, where we live, which is the state of Kansas, today we're going to be talking about the capital. Now, the capital of Kansas is Topeka, and in Topeka is a Capitol building. The word capital means building. The Capitol is an office building. It is in Topeka. This is where people do the work of state government. Their work is very important. The people of Kansas are proud of their state. That is why they built a grand building. So this building is where our state officials, the people that we voted for to be in charge, this is where they work. Here is a picture of the Capitol first being built. Murals at the Capitol. Here are some examples of those murals. The Capitol is filled with artwork. It has many beautiful murals. A mural is a picture that is painted on a wall. Artwork retells stories about Kansas. The most famous mural is of John Brown. This is the mural of John Brown. He fought to end slavery. The artist of that mural was John Stuart Curry. There are also statues at the Capitol. The name of this statue is Ad Astra. It was named after the state motto, Ad Astra per Aspera, to the stars through difficulty. On the top of the Capitol is a dome. On the top of the dome is a statue. A statue is a sculpture of a human or an animal. This statue is of a Kansa warrior. He is pointing his bow and arrow to the North Star. The North Star helped many American Indians and pioneers find their way. Here are two other statues at the Capitol. This is a statue of Abraham Lincoln. This is a statue of Amelia Earhart. Abraham Lincoln was president, and he became president just after Kansas became a state. Amelia Earhart set many records as a pilot, flying a plane. The governor's office. The governor is the leader of the state. The governor works at the Capitol. This is a very important job. Kansans vote for their governor. They elect a governor every 4 years. Think of the governor similar to the president. The president helps lead the country, and the governor helps lead the state. They both have very important roles. The Senate and the House of Representatives. Those are two things we briefly mentioned on Friday. These two things make up the legislature branch. The legislature is made up of two groups of people. One group is the Senate. The other group is the House of Representatives. There are 40 senators, and there are 125 representatives. They both have meeting rooms in the Capitol. Kansans elect these people to make laws. All Kansans must follow these laws. Remember, the laws that are made by the Kansas government only apply to those who live in Kansas. Now, the laws that are made by the Federal Senate and Federal House of Representatives are the laws that everyone must follow, no matter the state they're in. Now, we are going to take a little tour of the Capitol. Here it is. It is a big building in Topeka. This is the dome that they were talking about on top of the building. And here is our statue. Inside this building is the governor's office, who is the leader of Kansas, and it has the place where the Senate and the House of Representatives meet in order for them to write and make laws. Let's take a look inside. Inside, it's a very fancy looking building with lots of marble. Here are some of the murals. And look, another statue. The ceilings are very high. Right now, we're looking straight up into the dome. Let's keep looking to see what else we can find. I spot another mural. Remember, a mural is a picture that is painted on a wall. The most famous mural is here is the one of John Brown. He helped fight to end slavery. So here we see all of the pretty pictures and paintings and special marble that's in the building. Let's keep taking some other looks. Inside here is another place with even more murals. Each one of these pictures tells a story about something important that happened in Kansas. Because remember, this building is all about Kansas, which is the state that we live in. Lots of times people will take field trips to the Capitol to learn even more about their state and their state government. Let's see if we can find the governor's office. Here we are. This is a look inside where the governor would spend their time. This is the governor's desk. And all of their decorations. Now let's find the House of Representatives. Here it is. This has to be a large room because remember, there are 125 House of Representatives in the Kansas House of Representatives. This is where the main Speaker of the House sits. And then all around the room are more seating for the rest of the representatives. This is where they meet to discuss the bills and laws they are trying to get made. They often debate, which means try to compromise on a plan that everyone will like. So they say the pros, which are the good things, and the cons, which are the bad things about a certain law. If you notice, there are even more fancy decorations all around the building, since the Capitol is a special building in Kansas. So here we are at the Capitol building in Topeka. We talked about how the word Capitol, spelled C-A-P-I-T-O-L, means building. And this Capitol in Topeka is an office building where people do the work of state government. Those people include the governor, who is the leader of the state, and the Kansas Senate and Kansas House of Representatives. Those two groups make up the legislature, and they make the bills to hopefully pass and become laws. There are other things inside the Capitol buildings, such as the murals, including the famous one that has John Brown on it, who fought to end slavery. Those murals are paintings that are painted on the wall. There are also statues, including the one at the very top of the dome, and then a lot more office spaces for the rest of the Kansas government workers. Thanks for taking our virtual tour of Topeka Capitol Building. Now you are going to go to your schedule on Seesaw. There's going to be a link by our social studies section that says Capitol Tour Activity. Click on that link and it's going to take you to a Nearpod. In this Nearpod, it's going to ask you some important questions to see what you remember. If you want some help, you can find the paper that I read in your social studies folder. It's going to have this picture on the front. It'll be a pretty thick packet, which means lots of pages stapled together. You can use that to help you through your Nearpod activity. Once you get that finished, which means answering the two questions and playing the fun game that asks you a few specific questions about parts of the Capitol, then you are going to go ahead and do your read aloud. Remember, today is the day that we're going to work hard on being time managers and staying on task. So again, once you finish the Nearpod on the social studies, you are going to go and then do your read aloud. I'll remind you that on your social studies activity. So first step, schedule on Seesaw, click on the Capitol Tour activity link found on your schedule. Enjoy!